Hello, students. Welcome to the very first lesson for this quarter. I am Miss Andrea, your EAPP teacher. In this lesson, we will study the academic language used from various disciplines. Are you ready? Let's get started. Let's begin with the nature and characteristic of an academic text. Academic text is written language that provides information which contain ideas and concepts that are related to a particular discipline. Basically, its main purpose is to inform its audience. Examples of academic texts include essay, research paper, report, project, article, thesis, and dissertation. About the structure, tone, language, citation, evidence-based arguments, and complexity of academic text. Are you following? Great. Let's move to the next slide. The basic structure that is used by an academic text is consists of three parts. These parts are the introduction, body, and conclusion. The introductory part of an academic text gives its readers the background of what the topic is all about. The body is where the main discussion is provided, and the conclusion summarizes what was discussed in the body of the text. Let's move to the second one, the tone of an academic text. This refers to the attitude conveyed in a piece of writing. The arguments of others are fairly presented and with an appropriate narrative tone. The tone of an academic text is formal and professional. It can be demonstrated through the writer's choice of words. Leads us to the third one, the language. It is important to use unambiguous language. Clear topic sentence enable a reader to follow your line of thinking without difficulty. As a writer, it is your responsibility to make everything clear for your audience. Provide them examples, if needed, to help them better understand your topic at hand. Formal language and the third-person point of view should be used. Carefully choose the words that are appropriate to your audience. Also, avoid words that pertain to you as a writer. That is why third-person point of view is suggested to be used. Citation. Citing sources in the body of the paper and providing a list of references as either footnotes or endnotes is a very important aspect of an academic text. By citing your sources, you are giving credits to the original author of the information you included in your paper. Also, by providing the list of references you used, you help your readers easily locate the text that they can also read. One is complexity. What is meant by complexity in academic writing? An academic text addresses complex issues that require higher order thinking skills to comprehend. Remember that your audience here are professionals, including teachers, professors, scientists, and many more. The next one is evidence-based argument. What is valued in an academic text is the opinions are based on sound or understanding of the pertinent body of knowledge and academic debates that exist within and often external to a specific discipline. Grounded statements are discouraged in academic writing. Therefore, everything that you want to say must be backed up with the evidence that supports your claim. So, is everything clear for you? Very well. Let's move to the next step. Here are the language features of academic text. First, academic text is complex. Written language has no longer words. It is lexically more varied vocabulary. The use of content words is encouraged. These include more nouns and adjectives rather than verbs and prepositions. Written texts are shorter And the language has more grammatically complexity, including more subordinate clauses and more passives. Is academic text requires writers to use formal language. Therefore, you should avoid colloquial words and expressions and also contractions. Language is formal because it follows the accepted rules, forms, and conventions of writing. Let's take, for example, the words I'm. When writing an academic text, you are expected to write it as I am because contractions are not acceptable in academic text. Also, avoid colloquial and slang expressions such as wanna, gonna, kinda. These are totally unacceptable in academic writing. Is precise. All information you included in your paper must be accurate and precise. In academic writing, you need to be precise when you use information, dates, or figures. For example, do not use a lot of people when you can say 50 people. Fourth language feature is objective. This tells us to have fewer words that refer to the writer or the reader. Remember that writing an academic text is not about you as a writer. This feature will help you show the reader that the emphasis is about what you are writing about and not about you. Therefore, you should avoid the use of words such as I'm, me, myself, and the like. Also, objectivity is characterized by the use of the third person point of view rather than the first person. The next language feature is explicit. Explicit refers to the responsibility of the writer in English to make it clear to the reader how the various parts of the text are related. It is explicit in its acknowledgement of the sources of the ideas in the text. Therefore, if you know the source of the ideas you are presenting, acknowledge it. Next, academic text must be accurate. As an academic writer, you must use vocabulary accurately. Use correct diction or exact words for the intended meaning. You must also be accurate and follow the rules in grammar. One is hedging. Hedging in writing expresses tentativeness and possibility in communication. Hedging enables you to express a perspective on claims that have not been acclaimed yet by the discourse community. Examples of hedging are words and phrases such as perhaps, maybe, appear to be, possibly, assume, and many more. Responsibility is defined as being able to provide evidence and justification for any claims you make. This is the eighth feature of academic text. Acknowledge the source of this information or ideas by a system of citation. That is your responsibility as a writer of an academic text. Lastly is organize. Academic text must be organized. The information must flow easily from one section to the next in a logical fashion. So students, are the language features of academic text clear for you? Great. Now, let's move to the purpose in. Here are some of the purposes in reading academic text. Number 1, to locate a main idea. 2, to scan information. 3, to identify gaps in existing studies. 4th, to connect new ideas to the existing one. 5th, to gain more pieces of information. 6th, to support a particular writing assignment. And lastly, to deeply understand an existing idea. Whatever purpose your reader has in mind, it is your task as a writer to help them achieve their goals through your paper. Students, are these clear for you? Very good. And that concludes our lesson for today. Thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions, please contact me through the information provided in your screen. See you next time.